Hello, how are you? It's a cloudy day today, some sun, some clouds, and I really love watching clouds. And I had this impression when I was looking at the clouds and some birds passing that really everything is contained in this little piece of reality. That this little moment in time and space, this cloud here in Cyprus, is actually connected with the entire planet and with other planets and with the entire universe and universes. And it was just this lovely feeling of being one. Yeah, so uh, moving to our today's topic, today I wanted to talk to you about a distinction that is very helpful for me. And the distinction is, am I seeing life in a way that is closer to truth or further away from truth? And let me explain a bit what I mean by it. We as human beings, we have our neurology, we have our psychology, and everything that we experience, we perceive. And the newest neuroscience, as well as very ancient teachings, tell us that perception is not so much like a camera that we can just put different lenses and different angles, but it's actually more like a projector or a paintbrush that actually creates the reality. It's a wonderful thing to ponder on, but in any case, we create a subjective representation of reality. That's why three different people witnessing the same event have three different experiences of this event. So this is a fact that our perception is very subjective, and it can change and shift moment by moment depending on how the energy of thought is shifting in us and creating the reality. So what is practical about it? What is helpful, you might be wondering? And for me, it really is the distinction. Is my seeing closer to truth or further away? And how do I know? Is by a feeling. And it's not something that I can explain to you in an intellectual way, but this is something that I know deep inside myself, deep inside my soul. I just know that when I'm in a feeling of inner contentment and peace and inner harmony, and when I'm seeing and when I'm feeling lighthearted and loving and peaceful, I know that in that moment I'm seeing the reality in a way that is purer, clearer. So I actually see better. That's why I say that I see closer to truth. And on the contrary, when I'm in a feeling of anxiety or upset or sadness or victimhood or blame or just feeling that things should be better or feeling of pity or anger, I just know that in that moment I'm very much focused on the noise that is covering the window of perception. There was a lovely analogy in a book that I'm reading, A Shaman and His Daughter. And the author was talking to his, I think, 6 years old daughter who was upset and there was a problem. And he said that the first thing that you need to ask yourself is, are you in a sparkly mind? Which means, You feel peaceful, you feel good, your perception is clean and pure. Or are you in a muddy mind or mad mind, which means that your perception is covered up by lots of mud, which just simply means lots of personal thinking that creates personal feelings. And it all looks real. It all looks real. This is the illusion. This is the trick. But knowing, it's so, I can't tell you how powerful it is for me to know that when I am in this upset or uncomfortable, unsettled feeling, I'm just focusing more on the noise, on the mud, on the dirt on the window than on what I can see in the reality. Is it making sense to you? I'll give you a practical example. With my kids sometimes, like my daughter was a little bit cranky and she was nervous and she was speaking in a way that was very annoying to me actually. And I had the feeling of really being annoyed and impatient and it's something wrong. And it was just a signal for me. You are now seeing her in a way that is far away from truth. So the feedback just told me that whatever ideas come to my mind, they are off probably. They are not helpful, they are not real, they are not useful. So I just did as little as I could. And I just breathed for a moment and waited for a moment. And then the sparkles of feeling settled and grateful that she was there with me started to come to surface, and suddenly I started to see her as beautiful, wise, creative being. And then again I knew that I was now seeing closer to truth. So the words that came to my mind were actually worth speaking, and the impulses that came to me, that was like to say something or to give her a hug, were again more helpful, more resourceful, so I acted on them. I hope you see the great practicality of it. I definitely do. So the distinction is, am I in a beautiful feeling? If yes, it means that I'm seeing the reality closer to truth. And if I'm in an uncomfortable, unsettled, anxious feeling, I'm just not seeing the truth. I'm just very much caught up in the illusion, so I can just wait until it passes, until it changes all by itself. All by itself. Great mystery it is. Like I'm looking at the clouds now, and again, it all is happening all by itself. Nobody is there controlling the movement of the clouds. Nobody is there controlling the night and day, and it all is happening all by itself, and the same in us. The clearer state, the more resourceful state, the purer awareness and consciousness that allows us to see things as they are and respond in ways that are loving and resourceful and helpful. It just comes, it surfaces in us all by itself. How great is this? So thanks for watching, for sharing this moment with me. Feel free to comment or to ask questions. And I will continue maybe to watch the clouds for another moment or two. And then I'll pick my kids from school, go to a fitness class, and then we'll see what will happen after. Okay? Have a wonderful day or evening. Lots of love to you. Bye-bye.